but don't expect to get much help if you don't help yourself. Will you try?
If you show me,
I'll show you.
I'll try.
Good. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Generations grew up laughing at the endless chase between Tom and Jerry, never realizing how much was happening behind the scenes. From secret cameos to banned episodes, this classic cartoon hid some truly odd secrets. Ready to count down the most surprising and weird facts from 15 to 1? Number 1. Hanna-Barbera hid Easter eggs in the background. Let's go back to a world where your TV hummed with Saturday morning mischief. Throughout the 1940s and 1950s, each Tom and Jerry cartoon sparkled with tiny details, a hidden wink from Hanna-Barbera just for the sharp-eyed fans. If you squint at the backgrounds, you might catch a whiskered animator's caricature tucked behind a vase or a sly nod to an MGM blockbuster peeking out from a painting. It wasn't by accident. Bill Hanna and Joe Barbera loved hiding little jokes and tributes, nudging viewers to pay attention. Look closely at the wallpaper in the Cat Concerto from 1947, and you might spot a sketch of the animators themselves, immortalized in grainy Technicolor. These Easter eggs weren't just gags. They were signposts to the spirit of MGM, tying Tom and Jerry into a bigger studio tapestry. Each rewatch brings the thrill of discovery, making childhood cartoons feel like a treasure hunt. As we dig deeper, it's clear every chase we loved hid more than slapstick. It hid secret worlds in plain sight. Number 2. Gene Deitch's era in Prague changed everything. Across the whir of reels and scratchy soundtracks, few Tom and Jerry moments felt stranger than Gene Deitch's run in the early 60s. From 1961 to 1962, 13 unforgettable shorts were produced not in Hollywood, but thousands of miles away in the heart of Prague. Czech animators and Deitch crafted a Tom and Jerry world where backgrounds shifted into the surreal and the slapstick felt just a little off-kilter. Gone were the polished comforts of MGM. Instead, echoing footsteps, odd music cues, and angular set pieces painted cat-and-mouse escapades with a distinctly foreign brush. Some fans cherish the raw, outsider vibe, while others see these episodes as a curious detour in an otherwise classic journey. What's undeniable is the legacy. Gene Deitch's Prague years left Tom and Jerry forever touched by strange charm, standing as a reminder that even familiar icons can take a tumble down the rabbit hole. And as the dust settled, American audiences wondered what strange yarn their favorite duo would unravel next. Number 3. Spike was modeled after real Bulldogs at MGM. You can practically hear the grumble in Spike's voice just thinking about him. The rugged bulldog who menaced Tom and guarded his son Tyke wasn't just a cartoon fantasy. He was modeled after real bulldogs housed at the MGM studio lot in the early 1940s. Animators would study these broad-chested, stubborn dogs as living references, capturing every wrinkle and lumbering stride. When Spike first bulldozed his way onto the scene in 1942, he brought with him a streetwise edge and a fatherly warmth. Suddenly, the usual Tom and Jerry chaos had a protector in the yard, an enforcer whose affection for Tyke softened even the sharpest bite. Spike's arrival didn't just add drama, it changed the tone of the series. The wild chases became more layered, with a dash of father-son tenderness sprinkled between crashes. MGM's own dogs left an unmistakable paw print on the world's most famous animated rivalry, ensuring Spike's bark and bluster would echo through childhood memories. Next up, the adventure only gets wilder. Number 4. There's a rare short where Tom and Jerry become friends. It's not every day that Tom and Jerry call a truce, but in Blue Cat Blues, which aired in 1956, the famous cat-and-mouse rivalry flips on its head. This time, both Tom and Jerry find themselves down in the dumps, commiserating over lost love and heartache. No chases, no smashed vases, just two old foes sitting side by side on a railway track, united in misery. The short's somber jazz score and shadowy visuals shocked fans accustomed to slapstick chaos. The ending was especially bold. The camera slowly pulls back, leaving their fate ambiguous, inviting more questions than answers. Blue Cat Blues grew infamous for its unusually dark, grown-up tone, feeding rumor mills and internet forums decades later. Kids in the 50s didn't know what hit them, and even today the short's raw ending lingers long after the credits. Sometimes animation's wildest moments sneak up in the quietest way, drawing you in with a whiff of melancholy rather than another pie in the face. Number 5. Early shorts featured brutal slapstick. Later softened. If you remember those old Tom and Jerry cartoons, the mayhem was more than a little extreme. In the original 1940s shorts created by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera, Tom got flattened by irons, Jerry lobbed sticks of dynamite, and each chase was a bonanza of mousetraps and cartoon pyrotechnics. These gags pushed cartoon violence further than almost anything else at the time, leaving audiences bug-eyed and kids in stitches. But as television boomed in the 1950s and into the 1960s, things began to change. New standards for kid-friendly TV meant that the most jaw-dropping stunts, like the infamous piano-top bomb blast from 1946's The Milky Way, were toned down or edited out entirely. Instead of explosives and axes, latter-day Tom and Jerry relied more on pratfalls and clever gags, softening the blow for afternoon audiences. The shift mirrored the times. While censors cracked down, the beloved cat-and-mouse duo adapted, reminding us just how much cartoons have had to run from the rulebook. Next, let's see where animation's limits got tested yet again. Let's pause for a second. Did you ever flinch or laugh at the over-the-top chaos in early Tom and Jerry? Which cartoon's wildest gag sticks with you? Share your favorite memories or the one moment you still can't. Believe made it on air. Number 6. Mammy Two Shoes. Was voiced by Lillian Randolph. You can almost hear that booming voice calling, "Thomas." The character Mammy Two Shoes, Tom's exasperated owner in the early Tom and Jerry cartoons, was brought to life by actress Lillian Randolph. She was already a prominent radio and film performer when she took on this now iconic supporting role. Pause and remember her sharp wit and unmistakable delivery. Her work helped anchor the frantic slapstick with a human touch. But not all history ages easily. Over time, concerns grew around the scripts and the racial stereotypes wrapped up in Mammy's depiction. By the 1960s, studios edited many episodes, going so far as to redub Randolph's lines or even erase her presence entirely, trying to smooth over what the past left rough. Looking back, it is Randolph's warmth and timing that still ring out, sparking debates about representation and change in classic animation. Her legacy lingers, one more untold layer in the Tom and Jerry tradition, a voice echoing as we move deeper into cartoon history. Number 7. The animation was expensive, and it showed. Every frame in those early Tom and Jerry cartoons sparkled with an attention to detail you could practically feel. MGM spared no expense in the 1940s, pouring resources into hand-drawn backgrounds so lush you wanted to walk right into them, and animation so smooth the characters almost leapt off the screen. It was 1940 when Tom first chased Jerry across that living room floor, a moment created by teams of artists working laboriously frame by frame. Rumor has it, these classic shorts sometimes cost twice as much as other MGM animations of the same era. But by the mid-1950s, the winds shifted, budgets got leaner, and that signature smoothness began to fade. Suddenly, eyes darted less, limbs stiffened, and the gags felt a shade less magical. Fans knew, even kids could sense it. That big studio sheen simply was not there anymore. Still, for one golden era, cartoon chaos was given the royal treatment, every chase and crash crafted as if it truly mattered. Next up, we see what happened when creators had to balance budgets and ambition, and the wildly creative fixes they tried. Number 8. They crossed over with Gene Kelly in Anchors Aweigh. Imagine Gene Kelly gliding across a grand film set in 1945. Then, suddenly, his partner isn't a legendary dancer, but a mischievous animated mouse. That's Jerry from Tom and Jerry, sharing the screen in the musical Anchors Aweigh. This blend of live action and animation was a technical marvel for its time. Gene Kelly doesn't miss a beat as Jerry tap dances beside him, their duet so seamless it still sparks creative awe. MGM's animation team painstakingly matched Jerry's moves frame by frame to Kelly's real dance steps, a feat that required exhaustive precision. For Tom and Jerry, it was a departure from their slapstick feuds. No frying pans, no frantic chases, just pure Hollywood magic. The sequence stands as one of cinema's earliest and most charming mashups of reality and cartoons. When you watch it now, you can almost feel the energy of a time when special effects were made by hand, and every second was crafted with loving care. It's a dazzling reminder that Tom and Jerry could do more than just chase. They could truly dance into history. Number 9. Several episodes are now banned worldwide. Nothing pops like the chaos of Tom and Jerry, the chase, the slapstick, that classic score. But there are episodes you almost never see today, lost in the shadows of TV history. Take Mouse Cleaning from 1948 and Casanova Cat from 1951. These cartoons were staples on Saturday morning lineups decades ago, but both got yanked from rotations for their offensive caricatures and scenes that simply do not fly in the modern era. Collectors scour old reels and DVDs for these missing pieces, while animation historians debate their place in the story of American cartoons. These episodes, once beamed across black and white TV sets in living rooms everywhere, now prompt tough questions about what we find funny and what deserves to fade away. Even so, somewhere out there, a reel spins and the music swells as Tom flips a broom or Jerry grins with mischief. The legacy of these odd chapters lingers, making you wonder what other secrets still wait beneath the familiar cat and mouse chaos. Number 10. Tom and Jerry won 7 Academy Awards. Few cartoons could keep pace with Tom and Jerry's riotous slapstick and lush artistry. From 1943 through 1953, this cat and mouse duo brought home 7 Academy Awards for animated short film, tying Walt Disney's record and cementing their status in animation history. What set their adventures apart wasn't just the wild chases or the squeals and crashes echoing from living rooms each Saturday morning. It was the meticulous craft. Every frame, bursting with rich technicolor and smooth movement, showed the painstaking work of animators like William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. MGM knew they had something special, and critics agreed, marveling at how Tom and Jerry managed to make no talking funnier than most of what came out of Hollywood. Winning those Oscars wasn't a fluke, but a testament to the perfect balance of chaos and control these artists achieved. When the gold statues lined up, Tom's whiskers twitched and Jerry's eyes sparkled, leaving audiences and rivals wondering what boundary they'd break next. Their magic paved the way for what came after, and the chase remained irresistible, generation after generation. Let's pause for a second. Did you grow up watching Tom sneak up on Jerry in glorious, full-color chaos? Or did another animated duo have your heart? Share your favorite old-school cartoon memories with us below. Number 11. The MGM Lion Roar, cameos in the theme. Before Tom takes his first swipe, or Jerry scampers into the eye in shadows, listen extra close. Buried in those peppy opening bars is a roar you might only half register, a deep, brassy growl straight from the original MGM lion. That is not just any fierce feline. It is Leo, the official mascot of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Beginning in the early 1940s, the studio slipped this growling Easter egg into Tom and Jerry's earliest themes, branding the cartoon's chaos with a hidden mark of big-screen pedigree. For MGM, it was perfect synergy, taking the mighty roar that welcomed epics like The Wizard of Oz in 1939 and letting it prowl behind a cheeky cat and mouse. It connected slapstick with cinematic grandeur, all in a blink and you'll miss it flash. Next time you revisit those classic shorts, crank up the volume and you might catch a legacy cresting the soundtrack. Tom and Jerry forever linked to Hollywood's proudest lion. Just one more clue that there's always a secret if you know where to listen. Number 12. Tom was originally the villain and lost most episodes. Back in the smoky glow of a Saturday morning cartoon block, Tom and Jerry set the gold standard for slapstick mayhem. What many forget is that in the earliest shorts from 1940 through the mid-40s, Tom was more than just the fall guy. He was the antagonist, and he lost nearly every encounter. Jerry, with twinkling mischief, always managed to outsmart him and escape, leaving Tom battered, dazed, and sometimes swatted by the broom-wielding Mammy Two-Shoes. Hanna-Barbera crafted these cat-and-mouse antics with a clear villain-hero split, echoing the silent cinema comedies they loved. Over time, writers realized the formula risked running stale, and later episodes let Tom win on rare occasions or added new opponents. Still, when you tap into that original MGM cartoon memory, it's Tom's hapless chase and epic fails that really stick in your mind. That formula, simple and relentless, was the pulse of a rivalry that felt both timeless and true to life. Next, things get even stranger as we dig into an era when Tom and Jerry's chaos shocked more than it comforted. Number 13. The original voice actors barely spoke. The cacophony of crashes and comedic chaos in Tom and Jerry was more than clever animation. It was a masterclass in sound. While the cat and mouse duo hardly ever spoke, the few memorable cries, screeches, and bursts of laughter you heard came right from the minds behind the mayhem. William Hanna and Joe Barbera, the show's creators, lent their own voices to bring those signature yelps and gasps to life. Hanna especially became legendary for providing Tom's iconic screams, often recorded in studio with nothing but pure enthusiasm and a keen sense of timing. When Tom bellowed in pain after a pratfall or yelped in surprise, that was Hanna himself, turning everyday sound effects into animated folklore. Started in 1940 for MGM, Tom and Jerry's Slapstick didn't need dialogue to inspire giggles. It relied on pitch-perfect timing and inventive vocal performances straight from the show's heart. Next time you hear Tom's howl echo across vintage Saturday mornings, you're hearing a piece of cartoon history, crafted by the very hands that drew the chaos in the first place. Number 14. Jerry's middle name is Mouse. Few fans realize that the quieter half of this classic duo came with a name that oozed cartoon mischief from the start. While audiences came to know him simply as Jerry, official MGM press kits from the early 1940s revealed his proper name as Gerald Jinx Mouse. That quirky middle name, Jinx, was more than just a flourish. It hinted at the sly bad luck Jerry so often handed to Tom in their relentless cat and mouse chases. Even before these characters could utter a word, the animators took care in giving them identities with a wink and a nod to their slapstick comedy roots. At a time when studios like MGM fiercely protected their creations, these behind-the-scenes details showcased the wit and playful spirit bubbling beneath every frame. So next time you hear a crash or a meow in those early Technicolor shorts, remember, you are not just watching Jerry the Mouse. It's Gerald Jinx Mouse, trickster extraordinaire, forever plotting his next bit of animated chaos, one silent wink at a time. Number 15. Tom's full name is Thomas Jasper Cat. Imagine the chase. Panicked meowing, dishes crashing, that iconic yelp. But behind the timeless slapstick was a formal touch you probably missed. In early MGM promotional materials, and right there in the credits of the 1940 debut, Tom was officially introduced as Thomas Jasper Cat. It's easy to overlook, sandwiched between gags and cartoon chaos, but animators Hanna and Barbera wanted a touch of class, a name dripping with old Hollywood grandeur. The Thomas and Tom, paired with the dignified Jasper, gave the beloved feline a certain cartoonish elegance. Yet most fans, from post-war kids with popcorn to Saturday morning TV regulars, simply knew him as Tom. Maybe you never gave it a second thought as he plotted against Jerry, but for the creators, that full name subtly elevated the world they built. As the credits scrolled past and the dust settled after another frenzied chase, Thomas Jasper Cat lingered, hidden in plain sight, preparing us for more cartoon secrets lurking just beneath the surface.